Hi, my name is Rich. I use the he, him pronouns. You're watching my YouTube channel where I play amazing tabletop role-playing games with friends. This is the fourth and final session of a game in the Star Wars Saturdays Chronicle anthology series campaign they've been running for coming up on like right on the doorstep of 3 years now. Yay! Every month I choose a different RPG and I offer it up to the Gauntlet community of amazing tabletop role-playing game aficionados across the world. We hop online at the beginning of the month, create characters, and tell a story somewhere within the Star Wars universe. This is SWS Rifles, which is this really cool game from Dundas West Games about, it's a Powered by the Apocalypse game about the Canadian Expeditionary Force experience in World War I. It's heavily involved in trench warfare, and the moves are created to emulate that. I have reskinned it for Star Wars and called it Republic Rifles. It is in the time setting after Return of the Jedi, near to the Mandalorian timeline, when Palpatine is dead and there are still pockets of resistance. There are pockets of the Empire who are still trying to hold on to the planets that they have controlled for decades. And the Republic forces are trying to liberate the galaxy. And all of the player characters are members of the New Republic forces. We are set on the planet of Lavasar, which I don't think is featured in any of the Star Wars canon. It's just like a dot on a map as far as I know. It is under the control of the Imperial warlord who calls himself Warlord Zinj. Zinj is a pretty terrible person, and he was a Grand Moff, and after Palpatine died, he said he was remaining true to the Empire by controlling his territory and expanding it. Lavasar was actually not originally part of that territory, but as Zinj started to expand, he took it over. Lavasar is noteworthy primarily for the manufacturing of the Lambda class shuttles that you may remember. Those are the cool tri-wing thingies that Emperor Palpatine arrived on the Death Star with. And so, yeah, that's kind of what they're known for. There's Skyrung Manufacturing has a headquarters in the main spaceport of Lavasar, and that's where these things have ended up. And I know I've just thrown out a bajillion names and stuff. What does it matter? Well, they're attacking a city that's been held by Imperials. We have a cute little map of Cyward up for everybody to use. The Skyrung Manufacturing headquarters is here in Cyward. Cyward actually has a river running through it. That river was specifically built to help cooling some of the Skyrung manufacturing. And then there is an Imperial fortress that is currently under assault. The forces of 10-esque, I had the first and I forgot the last word, 10-esque Peth, that is the small unit of soldiers that the player characters are part of, have been sent along the northward side of Cyward. Their mission was to sneak in, head down that little, I've called it a creek. I don't know if everyone knows what a creek is. It's a small river. It's like a tiny river. It's a kind of river you can walk across. So I call it a creek because I'm from the South, and that's what we call those things. There are a total of 5 bridges that connect the north and south side of Cyward. The mission of 10-esque Peth is to take their meager amount of grenades and other explosives and blow up those bridges to kind of cut things off. Why would it cut things off with a creek? Well, the water is it's large enough to where it could be a larger size. So maybe they're going to pour in more water. We're not sure, but this is your mission. 2 bridges have been taken down. At the end of our last session, the remainder of the unit was huddled underneath the central bridge, which if you take a look at the picture, it's the one with the most water around it that kind of looks like a nipple for the city. For lack of a better, I'm sure I could come up with some other way to describe it, but damn, that does look like a nipple to me. So I'm sorry. That's what I'm going to call it for today. But that's where you guys are, huddled underneath this bridge that actually has like a hut around it. And you had some trouble with an ATST, but it was taken out by an X-Wing, piloted by a X-Wing pilot that you guys had saved, Lieutenant Gemma Duck Fody. She was happy to pay you back, as she called it. But now you're huddled under that bridge. And as the game begins, we have a total of 3 privates, all replacements who are with you. Private Fool, which is what Sergeant called him, Private Fool, Private Carter, and Cardar, and Private Doorstar. Those are the 3 replacement green troops. Their very first mission is the one they were thrown on with you guys, crossing the river and crawling up this creek to... they have come back after having planted comm buoys so that the New Republic Expeditionary Force can have full communications in the city of Cyward. Yeah, and at the beginning of our session, a thing will happen, but let's circle around to talk about lines and veils and introduce our characters. We have lines against sexual assault, sexual violence, coercion, domestic violence, and torture by PCs. We have a veil against sexual content. Oh, and I'm sorry, I always need to move that up. Cannibalism. We also have a line against cannibalism. We have a veil on sexual content. We have ask first, which means just check in with the table, on childhood abandonment, suicide, and harm to children. Those are our lines, veils, and ask firsts. On top of that, we always have X card, which is for anything you didn't realize would be bothersome or whatever. And it's like, hey, I don't want this in my game. All you got to do is make an X, and then we will listen to you. You don't have to defend yourself. You don't have to tell us why. I may ask what specifically was being X carded, then it's gone, excised from our play, and we continue on. No harm, no foul. So with all of that, let's go around the very small horn, and let's Anders, if you could introduce yourself, tell us about your character.
Yeah, I'm Anders, he, him. I'm playing Binks, they, them. Binks is an old commando droid from before the Empire's time that has fought in a lot of wars and is currently fighting for the New Republic. He has interfaced with the brain of one of his fallen comrades. So he's kind of created this mesh network, a small mesh network. And he's also carrying with him the restraining bolt the Empire used on him when he was fighting for them previously. Yeah, I think that's about it.
Good deal. You have 2 stress, one of which is giving you a minus to wits, and you are lightly wounded. Sabine, you're up. Please introduce yourself. Tell us about your character.
Yeah, hi, my name is Sabine. I use any pronouns. I am going to play Grask Tavo, a Weequay, whose pronouns are he, him. Private Grask Tavo is a scrounger, which means that he's mostly a wheeler and dealer, trying to make things better for himself and his troop or his squad because they're keeping him alive. No other reason. He's not soft-hearted or anything. He doesn't. Most of them are humans or droids. Well, okay, nothing wrong with droids. Yeah, he's been through some stuff before, and for some reason or other, which we won't go into here, he has ended up in the trenches, despite the fact that he's actually a pilot. Well, maybe we can get one of these Lambda-class ships, and then, we'll see what happens. But for now, he's huddled down under the bridge with these 3 privates he's been shooing around. He's not a commanding officer, but he's seen a bit of stuff, and yeah, well, somebody has to tell them where to go before they blow up their own food or something, or mine, even worse. He has a. I think he still got the thermal detonator. He got out of the. There is a name. Officer.
Oh,
thingy.
quartermaster.
Quartermaster, right. Got from the quartermaster, and he's itching to use it on this final bridge.
Cool. And your sergeant, Kent, I keep wanting to say Kent, Keith instead of Kent, is Kent Randar. At the beginning of this, the six of you are underneath the bridge itself, and this bridge is a little bit larger, right? It might need a thermal detonator. It's got these support posts that are lifting it up out of the largest part of the body of water inside the city. And he, all of a sudden, you realize he looks quite a bit pale, and he reaches for the strap on your pack, Grask, and he says, "Listen, you need to take this here." And he shoves his one grenade in your hand, Grask, and then he starts to slip down and start to fall into the water.
Oh, we're not. No, you are not going to fall into the water. Water's bad. You remember this. Okay. One of these recruits, right? They're not, whatever they are. One of the rookies.
Yeah, rookie sounds great.
The strongest one.
Probably Fool.
Yeah. Okay. Damn. Okay. Fool, come up. Can you get the sergeant to one of the zones we've already secured and keep him there, and try to keep him from bleeding out or anything? Right? He's not in good shape.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Okay, Lieutenant, got it. And
Go.
then he
Go ahead, and we'll blow up everything we need to. Like, cool with you, Binks? Oh my god. Oh, you've got a stormtrooper behind you.
Yes, that sounds like a good plan. I'm hearing robot sounds right now.
Oh, sorry. Is it better now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Much
okay,
better.
Cool. Sorry. Yeah, I don't know why my internet is a bit glitchy today, I guess.
Okay. We'll just we'll suffer through. It's okay. Don't get upset. It's okay. I have, just so for ease of use, I've grabbed the names of the 3 privates that are with you guys and stuck them underneath your section pool information here. So hopefully that will help in remembering who they are. So you have sent Private Thule, and he kind of slides Randar over his shoulders and carries him fireman style, kind of starts moving through the creek, keeping him out of, he's working his way back along the bridges that have been destroyed. So as you guys are there and he sneaks off, you hear the rumble of a heavy vehicle crossing over the bridge ahead on top of you. You guys were all kind of hunkered underneath, so you hear it, and it's a hover vehicle, right? So you don't necessarily hear the wheels pushing down, but the pressure of the grav plates underneath it are enough to cause the sound on the Duracrete bridge above you. If you set off something right now, you guys are underneath the bridge, probably not the best choice. It sounds as if it is coming from the south towards the north, going to the area that you're supposed to secure. Binks, you're of a viewpoint where you might be able to peek out and see that if you want. What do you do?
Oof, I'm not sure that's advisable.
We could
What's
just
the
send
threat
the.
level?
Sorry, we could just send the thing droid.
Yeah, you have that little buzz droid.
Right. Yeah, exactly. I have the little what is the name?
17?
I'm sorry.
Thing.
17, I think.
17. Yeah.
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 Yeah, that's perfect. Let's
Yeah.
do that.
Okay, I go.
And then and it
Yeah, be careful, buddy.
skims across the water. It's pretty small. It's a small target. Comes up and it rides up. And I'm imagining, I don't know if you guys, just for a quick visual reference, that these are kind of a concrete or duracrete ditch that's been manufactured, right? It's not a beautiful creek that, you know, you could have lily pads and all that stuff in. This was a manufactured kind of water runoff, as it were. So he zips up the duracrete thing to follow after it, and then he toodles back down, and 17 comes up to you.
Imperial tank. Imperial tank escaping.
Are we supposed to stop that? No, we weren't. I mean, we're supposed to blow up the bridge so no more Imperial tanks can go through. So
Right.
let's move, guys. We'll blow this thing and then we'll see what other instructions they have for us.
Okay. So then I think you should probably pull the pin.
Yeah, but from a safe distance.
Okay. Totally makes sense. I'll give you a +1 to pull the pin, because you guys
Okay.
have enough. So it effectively cancels out your threat difficulty. So you get to roll plus brawn.
Okay, that's +1. 6s.
And all those boxcars you guys rolled last time. So
Okay,
What?
yeah, it's an 11.
so good. Okay, out of 10 plus you inflict terrible harm on the enemy and cause chaos. No problems whatsoever. So you guys, I imagine you're going to head deeper along because you still have a couple of bridges to take out. Does that feel like where you would move to safety? Just making sure I don't want to narrate away. Okay, so you move out of that main, almost like a little mini lake, and you've placed that thermal detonator, and we see it, weep, 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 and then boom, it takes out 4 support structures, and the huge dome that was the middle of the bridge just falls down, and you see it's got this coppery top, and it clangs like a giant gong. And then it splooshes down into the water, and the water rushes up over your legs a little bit there because it created a miniature tidal wave. And one of the privates like, oh yeah, way to go, Lieutenant. Private Kardar will say, and Doorstar, she just nods excitedly.
Not a lieutenant right now. And stop yodeling. We're on a mission, not at a party.
Cool. So I think you guys will move on, try to take out those last 2 bridges. Sweet.
Yeah. What's the mission, right?
Yeah, that is your mission. What else are you gonna
We've
do?
got 2 grenades left, so we can do it. I mean, you've got 1, I've got 1.
Mm-hmm.
So as you're headed towards the next to last bridge, it's down to 4 now. The 4 of you moving along, creeping through the water undetected, and you see that there's a troop of stormtroopers that are quickly marching across the bridge. I think one of you need to blend in.
What's that? What do you roll that with?
You roll with wit.
Oh.
Oh, you're great at that.
I can try. Yeah, I'll try to blend in. Blending in.
Okay, so you're rolling at a total +1 because the threat difficulty is
okay.
still 1.
We have 1 morale.
Oh,
do?
cool.
I was
Do we have
thinking if I should try to help, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, help totally is appreciated. Go and help.
Because aid is with valor, so I'd be rolling flat.
Could be worse.
On a 7 to 9, you also receive unwanted attention. Oof. That's kind of defeating the purpose
but that's kind of contingent on my roll, right?
It is contingent on your roll, so you got to make the roll first. See what you do.
Okay.
I think you roll aid before, but you can use morale after, right?
Right. That's the way we've been playing it. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. I won't risk it. I think we're better off if you just roll it.
Let's see.
Well, don't forget, if you roll A before, that means you're getting 1 to the morale with any success.
Oh, right. Oh, yeah, I'll do it. I think
Good call.
I mean, drawing their attention intentionally seems less useful. But since I can move under the water fairly uninhibited, I can like find a good path for the rest of you to move, where you can be obstructed without hitting anything dangerous.
Cool.
So I'm rolling flat since I have a 1 valor. There's a -1, and I rolled 5, so that's not good.
No.
Yeah. This is good. This is good. So,
Okay.
yeah, go ahead and make your roll. Something's going to happen with Binks. I think I'm just going to go stress. Yeah, like the sheer stress of this is affecting you, and I think that your second brain is urging you to move on with the mission and abandoning the others, that they are only slowing you down. The best way to protect them is to do it all yourself.
Yeah, I like that. I will take that to wit.
Nice.
And I'm trying to blend in here. Well, it's a 6, but we've got 1 morale left, right?
Yep, you can burn that morale.
I will burn that morale.
Okay, so blend
seems
in.
I mean, it's a 7 to 9, so it's not perfect, but at least we're not totally smart. We're not totally seen with our asses hanging out. So
nice. So on a 7 to 9, you avoid detection but are put in a difficult situation. So yeah, I think what we have is difficult situation. I'm trying to think of different difficult situations. The troopers reach the other. They come across the bridge. This is one of those bridges that doesn't have, like, it's just a simpler bridge. It's just this Duracrete thing across the creek, so you can look over it. They could have easily seen you guys, but they weren't paying a whole lot of attention. They were talking between each other, and they, again, were moving very quickly. They make it to the other side of the bridge. They haven't seen you. Binks, Grask, the two of you are hunkered down, trying to keep your 2 rookies to where their butts aren't exposed either. And you recognize that those troopers are escorting an Imperial officer. You remember seeing a picture of him during your briefing. High Colonel Peavy. He's the Imperial commander of that damn fortress that they're assaulting. Evidently, he's trying to beat feet out of here. And if you don't do something, he's going to get away.
it's not our mission to take him out.
This is true, but he is a high-value target. Eliminating him would help the war effort greatly.
I'm here to take out the bridges. I'm not here to play the hero. He's got the right.
This isn't about heroism. It's about shortening the battle.
You know what? You've got a long-range rifle, right?
Ooh, you are the
Correct.
scout.
I mean, you've got a sniper rifle. So, I mean, if you want to take the shot, I'm not blowing the bridge until you have. Or I blow the bridge and create a distraction for you. They look at the bridge, not at... Okay?
Okay.
Good.
Nice.
Give us a minute to find a position.
Okay.
So they're huffing it along, and you see that. And actually, I'm gonna, if you guys go into NPCs and places, I'm about to update a thing. So let me do that real quick. The Cyword image is about to change. Sorry, I had a. Oh man, I have to go to the right folder. Sorry. And Cyword 4. There we go. Well, eventually this will upload. There we go. Now it's going along. All right, cool. So if you take a look at the thing that I've circled with the little red dotted line, that is where the colonel and his troops are headed. They're now headed out of town. Evidently, there is something in that building, that domed building. And they're headed to it. Toot sweet.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
and
should
they-
get it before he arrives there, because otherwise this is a pitch battle. We don't need that.
Yeah. I think what I'm going to do is move back a little from the bridge, so that if I draw attention, I don't draw attention to the
You're
rest
just
of the,
alone
the section.
sniper figure. Gotcha. Totally makes sense.
And I won't get, maybe not out of the creek completely, but like up a bit on the bank, this concrete bank, just so I have a better field of view.
That makes sense. Okay.
But this roll is going to suck because my stress has lowered my eye to 0. And this is pull the trigger, which is I, so I'm rolling with a -1.
Oh my.
But it's still a pretty good chance.
Can I help here? Like do an aid roll?
I mean, yeah, I think if you do an aid roll because you're blowing the bridge,
Yeah,
right? And then we'll see
exactly.
how pull the pin actually works while you're doing it. But we'll say that that is your aid that you're offering. Go ahead and roll some aid. See how
Okay, I'm rolling some aid with valor, right? No, it's not my strength.
Yeah.
So that is valor. How much valor? Not 0. So it's with -1.
Nope.
Threat and rolling the dice. Yeah, no. Well, okay. I mean, yay.
Okay.
Sorry.
So that's a fail.
Yeah, that's a huge fail. But yeah, it's better to have that at 8 than at something totally critical.
I mean, there's nothing special on a. I mean, it's a miss, but it's not.
Yeah, it's just a miss. It's fine. Yeah, I think I know exactly what happens. You set off the. Well, no, I actually want to see pull the pin. So I think that I think this is a pretty stressful situation, Garstarvo. I'm just going to give you a stress from what you're doing. Yeah, -1 to an attribute. Yeah, I like that. That's my heart move.
Yeah, I think I'm going to take that to. I think I'm going to take that to wit, I guess, because that's still I need my brawn for setting, pulling the pin, and I need
Yeah,
valor.
no, I get you.
I'm taking it to valor. Come on, I'm not valorous. That valor is just not my thing. And if I
Fair,
get stressed, I'm
fair.
even less valorous. So you're
All
making
right.
everything red. Nice.
Just easier to remember.
Yeah, I thought okay.
Awesome. Sweet. Thanks. Take your shot with no help whatsoever. And so
Yeah.
is this stress? I'm sorry, I just want to circle back to Grask. So you failed to offer assistance. Do you think did you choke up? Is that why the valor is what takes stress? Or did you just do something that didn't help the way you'd wanted?
I think what happened was that I'm in the water. I'm in a trench suddenly. I'm very much aware of it. I think there was a fish. There was a fish swimming over my foot, and it was a touch, and I didn't expect that. Just like, ooh. And that's why I almost fumbled the grenade. And yeah, well.
Nice.
Living creatures in the water. That's disgusting.
It isn't it.
Okay, so I'm rolling with a -1 because of the threat level. And I get an 8. Oh my god.
Wow. I'm surprised you pulled an 8. That's great. Good. So when you pull the trigger with an 8, 7 to 9, your shot is on target. But choose one of the following. You are still harmed in the process. Mark harm. Your shot draws unwanted attention to another member of the section. You find yourself in a dangerous situation. Mark stress.
I think I have to check. I'm only lightly wounded. I think I'll take harm. Probably I'm too close to the explosion when the grenade goes off. So I'm hit by some flying debris.
Like it. Yeah. Okay, cool. So yeah, you take harm. Let's have Grask pull the pin on your last grenade that you personally have there, Tarvo.
Yeah.
Gosh, is this going to be a cluster? Come on, you can do it. You can do it.
Roll the dice. It's a 7.
Nice.
It's a 7.
Okay, on a 7 to 9, you inflict terrible harm on the enemy and cause chaos. In addition, choose one.
Harm in the process. Collateral damage. Does collateral damage mean? Do I harm one of our rookies? Yeah, I'm fine with that. Sorry, but I'm fine with that. It was not Grask's intention to harm one of them, but he was kind of spooked by this fish or whatever that was. Maybe it wasn't even fish, just some garbage floating in the water, right? But and he didn't exactly fumble the blow, but maybe he didn't call it.
Nice. Yeah, I've got it.
He forgot to call it when it was going to happen. The other guy was also there, and then there was a third guy. And I mean, come on.
There's so many guys.
They should have known. They should have known. I mean, I said I was going to blow the bridge, and what did they think I was going to do?
That's right. So, Doorstar sees that you're there and you've pulled the pin, but the grenade hasn't gone off. And Doorstar starts to charge out towards it to try to see if there's something that's gone wrong. But Carter grabs her by the arm and says, "No, wait." And as you're waiting, Grask, the stormtroopers all turn and they're firing on Binks, and that distracts you for a moment. And then when you look back to check the grenade, you see the 17's moved over. and zips along, and then boom, as the last thing that you hear is,
I fix.
and then the bridge goes up as the delayed reaction from the grenade, and your buddy, the buzz droid, was taken out by that grenade. That is more than enough to knock down a few of the stormtroopers because they were up on the flat ground, and it's just the sheer force of the explosion. But you, Binks, you shot that guy right in the back of the head, and High Colonel Peavy, a very high dollar target, goes down. All of you may mark an XP because that was an objective.
So I get an advance there. Can somebody tell me what? No, wait, I would have gotten an advance at 4.
Yeah,
and
you would have gotten an
and I
advance.
totally forgot about it. So where would I find that advance thingies that I can do for an advance?
I think it's in a document in
the
folder.
PDF in the folder, which I'll link you to. I'll link you to
Okay,
the doc right
cool.
now.
Cool. Fine.
Hold on, grabbing the link. There's the doc, the drive.google one. Your Scrounger, if I remember correctly, has the following moves: repurpose, you can create something useful out of garbage; resupply, when you revisit the quartermaster; sabotage, when you attempt to destroy enemy defenses, roll with brawn. You also can just look through there and see if there are any other playbook moves that you like, because you could take one of those as well. So yeah, Binks, you are you're under heavy attack from basically a 10-person stormtrooper squad. A couple of them, not all of them, are firing on you. There are 4 of them heading into that warehouse area. That's scary. And I think you need to take cover here to avoid an enemy attack.
Yeah, sounds like it. That is wit. Oh, great. Yeah, I have a -1 in wit, so I'm rolling at -2.
Ooh, not great.
And that's a 0.
A total of 0.
Yep.
Wow.
There
You
is
drove
no
some
cover
nuts.
to be had here.
There is no cover. You are on your position is compromised. Mark harm. Yeah, they move out, they fan out, and there are so many blaster bolts flying over your head that even these stormtroopers are able to hit you, Biggs. And you can hear them calling to each other as they're trying to coordinate their action.
Battle droid, over here. I've got him.
And then, bam, you are hit. Please mark harm.
Yeah, I'm critically wounded now.
Ooh. Oh, that
I
sucks.
shouldn't have taken harm before. I should have picked something else. But,
Sucks. Oh, man. Doorstar, who's evidently just the person who's going to jump into things, she runs over. She's going to try to grab you, Binks, and pull you to safety. Grask, you see that. She's not even asking for instructions or anything.
That's fine. I mean, this is not the point where you ask for instruction. And I was just looking around if I could figure out some way I could scrounge up some of 17's remains.
Sure.
For lack of a better word, because I will take this this repurpose move.
You bet.
Because it sounds useful.
I'll move it in there for you.
Oh, thank you. And I wonder. Yeah, but that's not yet. Not now. I'm getting this, and then There are all those stormtroopers, damn it. And Binks is wounded. And Doorstar is getting out and tangling with 10 stormtroopers, which is totally fine because she can totally do that. So I think this is a time for when we... Should we dig in here, at least for a bit? Just
think
to...
so.
Yeah.
You definitely need to dig in here. So let's see you do it.
Okay, I mean, there is a lot of debris, I think, from the Rome Bridge, right? And stuff like that. So we can use that. And I will kind of direct Carter, right, to help me with this, because I mean, these rocks are heavy and they need to be lifted, and somebody can do that who's not me, because I'm totally strong enough, but it's work, right? And that's what we got rookies for. And if Doorstar can drag things behind this makeshift barricade, that would be fab, because I've got an idea.
Okay.
And
Sounds like you're using pieces of the battlefield. So
yeah,
I feel like you can use
definitely.
wit here.
Yeah.
Cleverly, you did not decrease your wit earlier. So
Yeah.
pays off.
See? Yeah, maybe. We'll see how that pays off. And I mean, could Bing still help? Just asking, because we need morale.
He could try.
I mean,
not sure how.
Not sure I can. Can I?
You can make noise to distract them.
I mean, you can shoot at them and distract them. They've seen you anyway.
Yeah. Let's try it. I guess I'm like my my other leg is badly damaged, but I still got one arm kind of working, so I can't aim, but I can like fire in their general direction to distract them.
Okay, let's see how that goes.
Yeah. So I'm up to rolling flat. And that's a 4.
Wow. We're really not rolling to that well.
Pete, man. That is the worst. Yeah, I think you take another stress. Just you're trying to grab that. They're firing on you, and I think that you take a stress because Doorstar gets hit.
Oh, no.
Yeah, she gets hit right in the shoulder, and she just crits, and she continues kind of dragging you backwards, her arm hanging uselessly to the side. And Grask, let's see if you can give them a bit of cover with your dig in.
Oh, we'll see. No. No, it's a 6, so no, it's a fail.
But we can spend morale, right?
We don't have any.
You're failing on your aids, so
any.
you haven't.
Oh, have we already spent it? I thought we had one.
Yeah, we had one, but I spent it to blend in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, this is not going well.
It's not going well at all. All right. So you work with Kardar, and he is moving over this huge piece of Duracrete when one of the troopers shoots him right in the chest, and another trooper dials in on that, and he's taken down, and Kardar is killed right in front of you, which I think is going to cause you another stress. So yeah. So Binks, you've got a wounded Doorstar who's carried you into the creek. You guys are huddled behind some of the rubble, but it's not very good cover. And those troopers, now that they've fired on you guys, killed one of them, there are a couple that are still like not covering fire, but just kind of trying to keep you down by firing willy-nilly into the creek when you hear the sound of like an APC hum to life, and then those troopers take off.
Okay. So we've
They
got a
decided- Didi Mao.
Hmm?
They decided to go, leave.
okay, cool. I think instead of blowing that last bridge, we should abandon this because we've got one wounded rookie, we've got one critically wounded droid, and I'm hurting too. So yeah, come on, I can't blow the last bridge on my own. That's not. And we've blown enough stuff up, and we've killed this this Imperial commander, which was not our mission, but still we did. I think we should go now. This is fine. But before we go, Bings, let me look at this. I mean, I've got some of 17's parts here, and you're a droid, and he's a droid, and I'm not an engineer or anything. But maybe I can rig something up.
Nice.
I mean, I've got this shiny new move that says repurpose right. So my poor little buzz droid. But I try to repurpose that so you can at least walk or move better.
Guess what? The current threat level for you guys, because those stormtroopers took off, is 0.
Ooh, nice. Wow.
I know.
That still can go wrong.
Of course it can.
I'm just saying.
You're not wrong.
Yeah, I probably shouldn't try to help you now because
I mean, it's you should, because you're a droid and you know your own stuff, right? It's
true.
probably easier if you tell me if this is actually important.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, I'm rolling flat, so I think it's worth it.
Yeah,
Any hit,
I mean,
you'll get +1, and we get the
exactly.
morale. So
Yeah.
It's worth it.
yeah.
Yeah.
So let's roll it, and it's a
Yay,
7.
it's a 7. Woo! Nice. Means we've got 1 morale back. Yay.
Yeah, on a 7 to 9, you also receive unwanted attention.
Oh well.
All right, so you got a morale and you get a +1 on this roll. Best.
Yeah. So let's see how that goes. Roll the dice. Yeah, it's a 10. It's a 13. Wow. Yeah. Wow. That's goes very well.
Yeah, I think so. Here's what you get. I'll give you a choice, Grask. You can heal Binks up from critical to moderate. Just that's your success.
Mhm.
You can heal Binks all the way up to lightly wounded if you imprint some of 17's personality matrix into Binks and give them a third personality or a third voice in their head.
I will check with Binks if that's okay with them.
Yeah, I think it's Binks's main personality is probably hesitant, but the second brain is all for it. So it kind of overwhelms me in the moment.
Yes.
So I'll put the motivator in, and this can
Yes,
only
mesh
go-
network.
There's no way this can go wrong.
There's 1,000 ways this can go wrong, but I mean, my poor 17, I miss you.
So I'm up to lightly wounded and 3 personalities. That's great.
Yeah. Oh, that's great. Yay. Excitement. I think Doorstar is like, we should take out the last bridge. We should finish our mission. I can go if you guys need to stay. I can move. I can do it.
Ah, okay. You can't move. Okay, we'll take out the last bridge. Fine, fine. We'll try. We go in, blow the bridge. But if anything goes wrong, we're out of here. And you, young lady, you're out of here anyway.
Agreed.
Lost enough today.
Two more voices come out of Binks. They both agree as well. Sweet.
Okay.
Let's have you guys blend in. Luckily, the threat is still at a 0. Only a failed roll could make things worse.
That's my thing, right?
Yep, it's your thing. You're the.
Okay.
Good thing we never fail.
Yeah.
Just before you do that, before you guys move on, does anyone want to provide comfort?
Ooh.
Ooh, right.
I mean, this
That's
could be a moment of like the three of
Oh.
you here. You've lost a lot. A little bit of comfort here might be wise, even if it's rough and tumble style from Grask.
Yeah, I mean, I would go with comfort for Binks, or at least 17. The 17 part in Binks. Because I mean we were kind of friends, right? And this will be fine. This will be fine. We'll reconstruct everything eventually, or not, but you'll be better for this, I think, because 17 is an awesome bus droid, right? The 17 survived the death of his entire flock swarm, so that one's a keeper. And I'm sort of patting you on the metallic shoulder. I'm wet, sorry. So I roll with valor. That's not my strength.
It's okay. You can do it. I have faith.
I don't know.
I think I'm going to try to, after, depending on how this goes.
I see. Let's see how that. Oh no, that doesn't go well at all. That is not very helpful. What did you expect? The reputation of the entire section is damaged. Oh wow.
Oh wow. Yeah, the reputation of the section is damaged. We'll deal with that later. I think it's just a thing of you guys hanging back and you hear this the sound of the comm unit.
Tarvo.
Yeah.
Tarvo, it's Lieutenant Hulatassim. Listen, I understand Sergeant's down, so I need you to take care of the unit. Where are you? Have you taken out the last of the bridges?
We've taken out 4 of them. We've also taken out PB, the commander of this whole thing. We're down a lot of people. We've got 1 wounded rookie who's on her way back, and Binks and I are going to blow the last bridge now.
Are you serious? You took out High Colonel?
Yeah.
We had reports he'd left the field.
Yeah, well, he came across Binks and he got dead.
Great work.
He was moving towards one of the buildings in the northern part of the city.
What was in that north building? Have you checked it out?
No, we're going to blow a bridge here.
Okay,
That's our
once
mission.
you're done with that bridge, check out that building.
If we're still alive.
If we're still alive.
Functional.
And functional.
Okay,
or
sending a
functional.
corpsman your way.
Okay. Nice. Thanks, I guess.
Back on task, Tarvo. I need that bridge out.
Yeah.
Just a little bit longer.
And then he's out.
Yeah, we're sure we're getting a medal out of this for sure. Probably posthumous, but you know.
Sorry, that's. I think Torture's like, I really want to wear my medal.
Yeah, then go
around.
back. You're going back. You're not coming with us. You're wounded. This
You're
is
wounded.
kid. This is not the clone. This is not the Clone Wars where we just throw people into the maw, right? Into the grinder. You go back, you get better, and then we can throw you back in the grinder. I mean, no, forget I said that. Just get better.
She seems slightly worried, a little confused, but also pretty determined. Let's just take out this bridge.
Kid,
She should stay.
Did you hear
she-
what I said? You've got your
She should-
orders.
She should stay until the corpsman comes here.
And what? Bleed on the stormtroopers and ruin their look.
She can stay here in cover and
Yeah. Okay.
and wait.
All
Yeah,
right,
okay.
Binks, it sounds like you're being faithful through adversity. Go ahead and roll with valor.
Oh, ooh, there was a move there. Yeah, okay. Valor, so that's I can't remember. I'm at a 0 now, right? Because I have the -1 to
If
everything.
only someone had helped you with that stress. But yeah, you're at a -1. You're at 0.
Well, someone tried.
Trying counts. It means a lot. It's just the worst luck. Those dice don't like you.
An 8.
8. Awesome.
Okay.
Sweet. So recover 1 harm, but efforts to treat your wounds have impacted the ability for others to receive aid. Mark 1 stress. Holy crap, that's so evil. Yeah, I think everybody, Binks, Grask, and Doorstar both get healed harm. So this, I mean, of course, we've got to use our corpsman from before. So let's see, our corpsman was Lego, Private Lego. He finds you guys, slides down into the creek, quickly slaps a patch on you. Taravo puts some Bacta on the wound for Doorstar, and both of you get to heal 1 wound. But man, you are really bad now, Binks.
Yeah, I'm
Oh my
not.
gosh. Breaking
I'm
point.
not making any rolls. I don't have to.
What is breaking point? Like, I think, what is breaking point? I think it's a thing where you're like out.
Probably. I'm 1 step away from it now.
Probably going to find out.
Yeah, man. we
Yeah.
are. It's gonna be great. For some reason, in my PDF thing, when I ask for it to look for breaking point, it keeps pulling up the word Britons. Like every time that, by the way, Britain is in this PDF a lot.
Mhm.
Okay. Cool. This feels like a good break point for us to a literal break point for us to take a break. So it's 21 after. Take like 9 minutes to meet at past. See you guys in a bit. Okay, during the break, Sabine pointed out that the personal item can be used to remove one's stress or avoid the consequences of a failed roll. So maybe that's a thing that you might want to do now. I also found out that breaking point, and I put a note at the breaking point part of stress. It is like being killed in action. When you reach a breaking point, it results in an exit from the narrative in a way that the player sees fit. So there we go. That's some interesting rules stuff. There we are. You guys have just been ordered by your lieutenant to take over. He put you in charge, Grask. I'm not sure if that was clear, but it was pretty clear to Doorstar. And Lego, after healing you guys, he says, "Hey, I'm supposed to stick around."
Good. Great. We've got to blow 1 bridge.
Oh, is that all? Fine. Let's just do that.
Yeah. We've still got 1. You didn't bring additional grenades, right?
Oh. Reaches in, pulls out 2 grenades. These things?
Yeah, I love you, man. You're the best.
Hands one over to you.
Yay.
Hands one to you, Binks.
There we go. I think I used one to blow that bridge number 4. That was mine, right? Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
this is yours.
1, you've got 2, so I've got 3 grenades. Great. We can blow this last bridge to right up to the Emperor's exhaust vent or something.
So I'm going to use my personal item to remove stress. But what I think this is, I think Binks is, because this is the old restraining bolt, and now they've got all these different personalities pulling in different directions and all kind of things buzzing around. So he's going to put it back in. It's not functional, probably, but it's as a comfort thing, because now he knows that there's a way to restrain him if he should flip out and do something weird. Maybe that's true and maybe not.
Nice. Well, it removes the stress for you. It definitely gives you some comfort as you find a bit of yourself there. Nice.
Yeah. So now at least if I get a 7 or better, it's not a failure.
Yeah, it's very useful.
What?
I would like to do the same, just not with a restraining bolt. But since we've got a new member of our squad here, I can totally show him my my medal that I got from the Battle of Celeste, where I was a lieutenant after all, but that's because all pilots were lieutenants. It's a weird thing.
Is this a thing where would Grass just out and do that, or would Neville Doorstar say, can I see the medal again? And then Lego sees it. So how
Sure.
do you think it is?
I mean, sure, if she wants to see the medal again,
Totally
that's
she
fine.
does.
I can totally show it to
It's
her.
like moving her arm around. It's all bandaged up, and it's still there's blood on the sleeve, but she seems to be doing okay. And you show it off, and Lego looks at it. Wow, I'd heard that you were involved in some battles.
Yeah, I was a pilot back then. That was a lot
Why did-
better in some ways, and others wasn't.
Why would you stop and come down here and pound the ground with us?
I wanted, it's a long and complicated story and a lot of misunderstandings. And then there was the sergeant who didn't want to listen to my story because he thought I was faking it. I don't know. Right now I'm here. I'm trying to survive. Maybe we can get this all cleared up eventually. Let's see. Right now we're stuck in the water and have to blow up a bridge, and then we go to check out a building which is not in the water, which is actually a good thing, I think. Probably, maybe. Oh, well. Maybe we can find it. Maybe we can find a ship on our way. That thought totally motivates me.
Doorstar said, I thought there was going to be a ship in that stupid warehouse, but it was just an APC.
What's an APC?
Armored
me out.
personnel character. In the last episode of Mandalorian, the thing that stole that is an APC.
And I think I'm going to reclaim my valor here. That makes more sense than my eye. Because,
Cool.
Yeah, I've been reminded of better days.
As
Better
you
days,
guys-
yeah, right. Better days. That was
They
a
were
night
so
which
much
just
better.
came. It was
No,
a
it
night
was-
which just came.
Hashtag better days ? That's great. As you guys are doing this and hearing this story, you hear the sound of several large explosions And that base that's to the south of where your current position is, there evidently whatever important information, whatever important people, whatever is going on to where they didn't want to bomb it is now getting bombed to hell. And the remaining X-Wings are just pounding it. And a lot of stormtroopers are going to be trying to beat feet. So you get a note from the lieutenant as you finish up your story, asking you guys to hustle up and take out that bridge because you're about to have some company.
Let's go.
No guts, no glory, Private Lego says.
Yeah, as long as the guts stay on the inside. Fine with no glory.
I'll help you with the guts part. It's fine. Let's go, guys.
He's so dead.
He's
He's not
done.
surviving this.
He's so not surviving this. He's like, he
He's
is that horror movie person that's like, just had sex. He's totally.
Oh no. And he's our medic. Oh,
Yeah.
just
Sorry.
damn.
Cool. So.
Which one? Where is he?
Oh, he is the he's C5. He's your little Zabrak.
Oh, he's the Zabrak. Okay.
Of course, that's why he's talking so cocky. If he's a Zabrak, this is what they were raised to do. I mean, yeah, he wasn't really a soldier, but now he is.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
Okay, so what's the plan? Do you guys want to just march your way there? Do you want to try to blend in?
The usual blend in. Nice and easy through the water. There are fish in there, I'm telling Lego. There are things in there that are alive. Be careful.
It's not that far, at least.
No, it's not.
It's not that far. And your threat level at the moment is just a 1.
Okay. So
because there are troopers trying to make their way to the bridge, so there is definitely a threat of what's coming down.
Fortunately, their pathing algorithm doesn't allow them to go through the creek.
So I'm rolling for blend in, right? With wits?
With wits.
Nice. Okay. Once more into the creek. It's a 7. It's not great, but it's yeah,
Yeah, you're put in a rough situation.
That's okay. That's where we usually are.
I mean, that's the thing. So you get up to the bridge, and as you do, and Rich is going to quickly, just for a second, double check his lines and veils. Okay, cool. You see that there are some like troopers and administrator, like, they're not dressed as stormtroopers. They were evidently inside that base, and they are crossing over the bridge. And you see that there is what looks like maybe relatives of the Imperials who were stationed on the base with them, who are terrified and trying to make their way out of here. And if you blow that bridge, well, there will be some casualties among those number.
Can we just wait until the civilians are out of there?
You can wait, but the longer you wait, the more chance of something going wrong or you being discovered.
Yeah, but
I will give you a +1 right now on pulling the pin if you just do it.
I mean, they're distracted with their
Sure.
Fuck it, it's the Empire. They're just humans. I mean,
We'll do it.
yeah, we'll do it. Come on, we'll build a bridge.
Hey, who wants to pull the pin?
I think Binks wants to do it.
Okay, fine. Good, you're better than
Yeah, I think.
me
I mean,
anyway.
Binks wants to spare the organics, the moral anguish. So threat level was a 1.
Yes.
So I'm rolling with a plus. Oh, let's see. I have a 2. I have brawn 2, but there's a -1 for the threat level, but we got a +1.
Mhm.
Correct.
So +2.
Do you want to help? Or, well, sorry.
Yeah, sorry,
Me.
I already rolled. That's a 9.
Ooh, it's a
Could I do an 8 roll after he's rolled?
aid before,
Oh, okay.
morale after. So you could bump that morale and push it to a 10. On a pull the pin, the 7 to 9 means you're harmed in the process. There's collateral damage. You find yourself in a dangerous situation.
I can take the harm.
You're just lightly harmed. It's fine.
It's
So-
fine.
I've still got some parts left anyway.
Nice. So you head underneath the bridge, set that grenade to go off, and as you're making your way out, a stormtrooper calls out in surprise, and he has discovered you, and he fires on you, but then the explosion goes off, taking him out, and you take 1 harm. And yeah, there were a number of screams from significant others and non-combatants, but you have successfully taken out that bridge. Everyone may mark 1 XP as you have taken out all of the bridges. Congratulations.
So I hit 4 and get an advance.
Correct.
And it's either a move or +1 to a stat, right?
Correct.
Um, thing. I'll take that. I raised Valor last time. I raised my eye. The moves are great, but when you can't, when you're going to miss the roll anyway, it's not as tempting to take them.
That's a very fair point. Taking that bridge, however, does take out the threat level right now, as you guys
Ooh.
have these troopers on the run. The threat level drops to a 0. So you may actually have a little bit more success, I say, expecting to curse you with failures, because that's how it goes when you say that. Cool. So the explosion is significant. And you've taken out the last of the bridges. The smoke finally clears after a bit. You hear a number of blaster bolts in the distance, but you have a moment of respite. Doorstar kind of hugs you, Binks. But Lego he actually gets up and he starts moving up to check out the wounded, and he starts quickly working on the Imperial wounded, like patching them up.
Oh, damn. Hey, what is this time? The rank private. These are not our troops. This is not our mission.
I know. They weren't all combatants. I mean, I understand you got to do the job, but
We've got another job coming up.
okay, well, I'll just keep doing this until we get it. And of course,
Well, we
that's
have to go to the this north building and check it out. That was the next mission.
Ooh, you are 100% right.
But I'm grabbing one of the stormtrooper helmets. They probably die around here, right? Because they kind of fly off their heads when they
They do.
blown up.
Absolutely. There's a trooper helmet.
And I'm handing it to Darstar because she's human. She can totally pass for a stormtrooper. I mean, I could too, but not that my eyes are in the wrong place for these helmets. Decent level.
Are you trying to form and execute a plan to complete your objective right now?
Yeah, I mean, forming and execute a plan sounds actually like a good idea. I mean, that's
Okay. Let's have you do that. So when you form and execute a plan to complete your objective, roll without any attribute bonuses against the threat modifier, currently 0. So you're rolling flat. If you have resources and intelligence, receive +1 for each. Do you feel like you have?
we have stormtrooper armor parts. That's a resource.
There we go.
So I'm rolling +1 for the best plan ever.
Does anyone want to help you on that?
Please do.
Yeah, I will aid. I guess I'm I'm collecting stormtrooper armor pieces and keeping watch, basically.
They have these radios in their helmets, right?
Mm-hmm. They sure do.
Haha. That means we might even get some reconnaissance. Reconnaissance? I can't pronounce that word, but you know what I mean.
You know what? All right, that'll give you intelligence. You're rolling a +2. Let's see how it goes, though.
I'm waiting for
But
my
I roll
aid.
my aid first, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
And that's Valor, so it's a +1.
Wow.
12. Oh,
Wow.
God.
Wow, that's the best help
Yay.
ever.
Wow. I'm feeling so.
Wow. Just
You
goodness
probably
gracious.
you can hack into the helmet probably and give us really some really good intel.
Yeah.
So,
Maybe we
and-
found maybe like a sergeant's helmet that still has a working radio. He's getting a bit more high value communications.
Yeah. Totally. Okay. And I think you
I get +1, right?
This is
For the help.
good. Good. Binks. We are good together. Mesh. Network. Hive.
The swarm prevails.
And I get a +1, right? So I'm rolling with +3.
nice.
And I've rolled a 14.
Yes. Oh my gosh. It's the
Best plan ever.
best plan ever. Oh man. So on a 10+, the plan gets off to a good start as you make your way towards the objective. So I think it's a moment of like Lego can't put on the helmet because of his, his horns and everything. But Doorstar, she quickly like throws on enough to fake it till you make it. He ends up like gently putting over his dome one of the larger helmets of the regular troops. And then you
I
guys
think I can actually put on one of these. I have to put off my glasses and blink a lot, but well, I mean, my head is not really shaped that differently from a human's. I'm just complaining a lot.
I mean, yeah, but it's Grask, so if you weren't complaining, we
Yeah,
wouldn't
would be
believe you were here.
Something would be seriously wrong. who weren't complaining.
Seriously wrong. So seriously wrong. Awesome. Okay. So now 4 of you again head to that area that is circled, and yeah, hold on. Sorry, I was trying to grab my thing. Awesome. So you move along the block and you come to that encircled area, and you see that the door is ajar, and you can hear that there are a number of like bleeps. And when you peer in, you see that some of the stormtroopers were left behind. Evidently, they were waiting for you guys to come in on them, but then you didn't. And they are in communications right now. They're effectively acting like a Starcon. This evidently is a backup control base, and they're in communications with the evacuation. If you guys are able to successfully take them out, then that will cripple the communications coming from the backup command as you guys took out the High Colonel. And
Our mission was to figure out what was going on here, and I will convey this to the lieutenant because I don't know how she wants to play this.
Sure. So, Lieutenant, hold on as I quickly.
Hula was her name, right? Or his?
Yeah. Okay. All right. That sounds good. Listen, if we can break that comm, then they have no communication. We already have some of the troopers surrendering to us. This will make sure that they won't be able to coordinate any retributive action. I need you to take out that communications. Got it?
Afraid you'd say that. Okay. Yes, sir.
What? Send a medic your way. What do you want from me?
I want a ship to blow stuff up. I'm a pilot. Tarble out.
Nice. Sweet. So, yeah. You have your orders. Your next objective is take out the comms.
How many troopers are there?
There are there's half of a troop, so there are 6.
Mm-hmm. But
and among the troopers, like there's 6 total. There are 2 who are not stormtroopers, 4 who are. The 2 who are not troopers are manipulating the communications and in coordination. I'm sorry, you had a question.
This is a city, right?
Yes.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Anders.
Sorry, I was just wondering if my trooper move applies when you attempt to take
it
down
absolutely
the
could.
Oh,
100% could. You should do that thing.
Because then I think Binks doesn't even wait for orders. He just charges in.
Nice.
Or we could go to do that. I mean,
I like that. That's awesome. Let's see how it goes.
we can aid. We can aid on this, right?
You can.
Because just letting him charge in there and standing around watching our toes seems a bit too selfish even for me. So I will use my whatever that is, DC 17M, ICS, and I will go ahead and lay down some cover fire, I guess.
Okay.
What's the threat level here?
The threat level has become a 1 because this is an equal level of force you guys are pushing up against.
So I roll with -1.
Best plan ever.
Yeah, but best plan ever doesn't help here. Cover fire doesn't really help anyway. Also, doesn't help either.
Yeah, I think it's a thing where you like nudge open the door a little bit farther after Binks goes through and try to take a shot at a stormtrooper, and another one notices you, calls out, and fires and hits you. Take 1 harm.
Okay.
You get no help, Binks. All on your own. Roll plus brawn for that move.
So it's a +1 because there's a threat
total
level
+1 because of the threat level. Yep.
8. And
Okay.
that's
Oh, okay.
7 to 9. You have to take what you can get. Pick one.
who's sort of stealth energy, but yeah, one of them escapes. That's fine.
Oh, nice. Nice. So Binks, what does this look like? I imagine that also Lego and Doorstar are helping out as Grask gets hit by a trooper. They're firing like crazy, but you're the guy. You're the droid. You're the one that takes them out. What does this look like, Binks, as you...
I think Binks just walks right in, but keeps his rifle a bit out of sight, so that it's not, immediately obvious, because then he's just a droid walking in, and people tend to ignore droids. But when they notice him, he starts firing and finds some cover, and with his triple brain now, he's, I think the buzz droid, the 17, is helping him with the targeting, to make these really pinpoint accurate shots. So he can take them out, but one of them gets away. Basically runs out of this warehouse before he can get to him.
Cool. Yeah, and one of them just scrambles out of the warehouse, and you guys have taken over. Not all of you taken over this comm area, you did it without destroying anything. So Lego moves in, grabs the helmet off of one of the dead bodies and puts it kind of on, but has to tilt it, because the horn's on his head. And there's still in communication here. What do you think we could redirect anything?
Probably could. I'll check with the lieutenant though, because it doesn't make sense for us to redirect these guys anywhere they're not supposed to be.
Just ordering a surrender. That's what we need, Tarvo.
Okay, fine. So yeah, I get on the comm with the Imperials and I say, hey, Imperial forces, stand down. You don't have a chance. You're beat. You know it. If you surrender, we'll take care of your wounded, and you will have a chance to do something more useful with your life than polishing armor. If you don't, we'll just kill you all.
Nice. And I think over the comms you'll hear,
Did you confirm High Colonel has been terminated?
Oh, he's been so much terminated. I saw his brain go splat.
and that's when Hula Tassim comes back on the horn and informs you that some of the troopers are surrendering. And yeah, it looks as if your troop, using the comms here, have convinced a number of the troopers. There are others. There are pockets of fighting. There's some who are not going to just give up the ghost, but it looks like they're going to be able to take prisoners. They've taken down the facility.
Whew. Nice.
Lego starts passing out death sticks. Neffel, she kind of waves one off. She doesn't. Those things will kill you.
Yeah, rookie. That doesn't matter on the battlefield. You're in the army now. Take one. These things will keep you alive. Or you're sane, at least. It's just the same thing.
She looks at you and then takes the death stick. She's going to cough a lot, but she'll smoke it because a lieutenant has told her it's a good idea. So things start to wind down. You still hear smatterings of fighting in some areas, but that's for other troops to worry about.
I will make occasional announcements over the Imperial radio. Like, hey, if you surrender, each of you who surrenders first gets the death stick, but only one of you per squad, so hop to it.
Awesome. Oh, that's cool. And yeah, you actually get a few Imperial troops will make their way to the communications area and offer their surrender directly to you in response to that, Private Grask Tarvo.
I've got death sticks, so yeah, I'll take their surrender.
Yeah, I'd like to see it. So do either of you want to offer a quick bit of comfort to each other as things seem to be calming down here?
Yeah, sure. I think
There is no threat level.
Yeah. I think Binks is is giving up some control to 17 to let them talk to Grask to show that they're still in there.
Nice.
Let's see if that works. So it's Valor. So it's a +1. Ooh, 12.
So much comfort. You hear Grask
17 is with Binks. The swarm is together again. Thank you.
Well, good to hear, buddy. I'm smoking a death stick now. I'm not getting emotional or anything. No.
smoke in your eyes.
You're just
of
getting
course.
smoke in your eyes. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's terrible. It's probably cold from all the time in the river.
So you relieve a stress and add one to the morale. Looks like you took care of both already.
Wow.
That's pretty awesome. Anything you do back for Binks?
Yeah, sure. I mean, I'd try, I'll try. I'll look at him and I say, look, don't know what you are, but I think you're pretty. I like what you were doing with yourself, Having a droid as a brother in arms is better than a human, at least. And I'm saying this quietly so Darth Star doesn't hear it, but I'm not over the night witches thing yet with the humans, so. And I'm rolling Valor, right? Which I don't have, but that's not a negative. And I'm rolling the dice. Let's see how that goes. Oh, I'm rolling a 4. I'm not. Being nice isn't my thing. It's really not. It's not.
So yeah, you offer up a little bit of some compassion.
All right.
As you hear the lieutenant come over the comms.
All right, break's over, kids. I need you to get that medic back in here. We've got a bunch of wounded to move out of the battlefield.
Okay. What are we going to do with the comm system? Shoot it up.
Oh, that's a great question. I'll say.
Sending the rest of the section your way. Oh, On your way out, Lego, why don't you grab the sergeant? Doorstar, remain with the comm unit until you are relieved. If any Imperials come in on it, blow it.
We've got some Imperial prisoners here.
Hoodoo.
Yeah.
All right, hang tight.
And then he's off the unit. Lego says, I'm going to go out and check on the sergeant.
Yeah, don't... Look, there are too few of us to split up here. Or maybe there aren't. Look, what do you think, Binks? You want to stay here with the prisoners and Doorstar and I go with Lego, or the other way around?
That sounds wise.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like the thought of him running around alone there because medics are pretty much important. Okay, let's go. Let's take these helmets. Let's try not to get shot by our own people.
Yeah, that's not. I've got a medal coming my way. You too, for sure.
Yeah, great. And I'm looking back at things and say, hey, you watch out for yourself, yeah? And that's 17 in your skull thing.
We will. You too.
Nice. So you and Doorstar sit on the prisoners, and Grask and Lego head out into the battlefield, trying to move along the water area to the ruined bridge in hopes of recovering Sergeant Randar and your private. So give me a blend in. There's no threat level right now.
Yay, blend in water. Great. Fun.
Being nice. Roll total 4. Water again.
Water again, but it's an 8, so.
Awesome. So you make your way along the water and you head to the last bridge where you had sent poor little fool. And when you get there, you see Randar has been laid, like there's a little bit of rubble around him, kind of protectively, but Thul's not around anywhere. You don't see him. You don't see his body. You have no idea where he is. What do you do? Lego immediately is trying to patch up Randar, and he says, oh, he's not going to wake up right now. He needs a hospital, a back-to-tank at least.
So you stay with him here because moving him is probably not a good idea?
No, I can't move him.
Okay. Where's that damn fool? Rhymes. Yeah, I'm looking around if I can see any trace of him.
Oh, well, it sounds like we might have a move for that.
Ooh, nice. And it seems like
scan the horizon.
Scan the horizon. That sounds when they peek out
Roll
from
with
cover.
high.
Ha! Good thing I've recovered my stress. What's the threat thingy?
Threat level is a 0 out here.
Yeah, I've got 9.
Nice. So on Scan the Horizon 7 to 9, your view of the battlefield is incomplete. You look around. So if you take a look at the NPCs in places, where you are right now in Cyward is at Bridge 2.
Mm-hmm.
And as you look around, there's that one circular building that's directly above Bridge 2, like directly north of it.
Mm-hmm.
That is a domed area. And you're looking around, you see Thule. Like you catch him up on the looks like the second level of that area. He's got his blaster out, and then you hear some blaster shots. And then he moves out of the area where you can see him. Like he's moving through the area doing something.
So he's in the building, and this is a building fight within the building or from the
Yes,
building to
he's
some within
inside the building. He's on the second level. You saw him firing at something and then moving on. What do you do?
Great. Okay, back to plan A. My favorite plan ever. This is a city, right? There have to be cars. There have to be cars or speeder bikes or anything.
We'll say that there's a speeder that is nearby. You'll have to hotwire it.
How would I know how to hotwire a speeder and hotwiring a speeder?
I mean, how would you? Seems like a thing. Maybe you're repurposing it.
Yeah, I'm not exactly repurposing it. I mean, this is its purpose, right?
That's true.
Its purpose is to carry me to this building and maybe have a way of getting out of there.
Awesome. Then you got it. I like that. That sounds good. Grask now knows how to hotwire speeders, because that just amuses me that'd be a thing that Grask knows.
I mean, have you ever thought that Grask wouldn't know how to hotwire a speeder?
Not really.
I mean, of course, its species is totally, but he does.
Actually, that wasn't a Wakeway thing. That was totally a Grask thing.
Yeah,
that is totally Grask window. Yeah. Cool. So you head in, you grab the speeder. The speeder is not in great shape. This is a clunker. This is a thing that has that whoop, 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 whoop. By the way, Anders, that's a cool. You have so many great backgrounds. Anyway,
yeah.
So you wheel around, and this dome. I mean, you're gonna bust through the doors. They're pair of double doors. You could probably jam a speeder in there if you wanted, or are you just getting it close to the dome so that you have a easy way to get out?
I think I'm getting overconfident. I'm piloting something, right? So I'm totally busting in there. It's probably not a good idea, but
It sounds like you're charging towards your objective.
I'm totally charging towards my objective. Rolling the dice. Let's see how that goes. Oh, that doesn't go well. I've got a 3.
Oh, goodness gracious. That on a 6-, you've missed your chance, and the enemy opens fire. Mark harm. Sweet. So, you blast through the doors, charging in, and evidently there was a trooper that was trying to make his way out of there. He sees you, pops and fires a few shots, and you get to Mark harm. And he is going to head out of a side door and get the hell out of here. You hear more blaster fire on the second level. What do you do?
I don't want to get shot at anymore. That's my priority.
That's a good call. That's a good call.
So I guess I'll probably take cover or something and yell at the stormtroopers that it's over for them. Then if they didn't hear the comm announcement.
Nice. Man, there is no talk somebody into a thing move at all in this game. That's fascinating.
I mean, it's a trench warfare. You don't
I
get to your enemy.
Yeah. I know. It's a thing where I'm like, I should have realized there's not that thing. Sweet. So yeah, you call out. Didn't you hear that? You take cover. No one's firing on you. And then you hear the sound of a heavy repeating blaster go off above you.
Oh.
You did not see Private Thule wielding a heavy repeating blaster. Then it stops. What do you do?
I'm not a hero. I'm not going up there into the. wounded, I'm not going up there to save a foolish private who should have stayed with his sergeant. I'm calling it in, I guess. That's
Ooh,
what I'm doing.
nice. Okay, get on
Because this is a nest of resistance. I can't take this alone.
Might be right. When you get on the horn with brass or another unit to ask for help with a larger threat, roll without any attribute bonuses against the threat modifier of your objective. Currently a 0. If you're a sergeant, no. If the brass unit owes you a favor, I think so. I think
A
so.
little.
Yeah, so I'll give you a +1 for that. So you're rolling
Okay.
+1.
Okay, nice. Yeah, it's a 9.
Okay.
So-
On a 7 to 9, the support is delayed, but will be here soon. Choose 2.
Where is that? Choose
It
This is
is
where
on column K
pushing
under
it
basic moves.
with morale.
Oh, that's true. You could push to a 10.
Well, I mean, sure. That
Okay.
sounds like something that is useful because I really need
You got
support.
lots of morale. That sounds great. On a 10 plus, the support is on its way. Choose 3. I just dropped the options into chat.
Choose 3.
I guess.
Where's I'm
I guess we
choosing
just
all
get
of
the
them.
morale back.
Yeah.
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 Exactly. Nice.
Cool. Okay. Okay. I think the threat level can drop below the 0 it's at. Maybe
Right.
for the build.
You can
maybe
double up
for-
on something though. So you could effectively
Oh.
get 2 morale. You could,
Okay. So I think we don't mark stress. Of course not. Why would we? And let's have more morale. It can't hurt.
nice. So yeah, you guys boost up the morale, and one of those AATs comes up over the creek. That's the big armored tank that you guys paved the way for in a previous session. Actually, I don't know if you were in that session, Sabine. It's on K19 in the NPCs in place. If you want to see what it looks like as it comes up, and you would hear over the comms.
So, Tarvo, I heard you needed a little help.
Yeah, well, this is building. There's a guy with a repeating blaster in this building, and some more guys, and in my lonesome. So, yeah, I do. And there is a private on the second floor that we maybe don't want to shoot.
You know, there are these walls and everything in the way.
Yeah,
Let me see what I can do.
take off the roof.
And then, yeah, he starts firing on the top level, hoping to flush some people out. What are you doing as he is basically demolishing the 3rd level of this building? You're going to hope that these guys get flushed out and try to take them out? Or are you just taking cover? What do you want to do?
I'm staying in cover, but I'm calling to them that they still have a chance to surrender now before they get blown to smithereens. Ever smithereens.
Long time ago in a galaxy far away, did they have smithereens? Awesome. So you're calling one more time to try to get these guys to give up. We cut back to Binks. Binks, you and Doorstar are watching. At this point, you have 20 prisoners here. None of them look like they are itching for a fight. A lot of them look tired. Doorstar looks at you and she says, should we? She kind of pulls out of her brand new, really shiny pack that's just gotten wet and muddy. She's got some food. Should I give these guys some of these food cubes?
Don't take any risks. Don't let them get close. Leave it on the ground.
Okay. She holds it up. Says, "Okay, guys, these are some Huntley and Palmer's biscuits. They're not great, but they'll help you out. And I'm gonna just sit them here, and then move back, okay?" And hungry eyes all look and nod, and she sets them down and then scoots back a little bit, grabs her blaster, and there's like this little bit of silent conversation, and a couple of the weaker members of the group move forward, and one guy nudges them out of the way. He's a trooper. He's still, he doesn't have the helmet on, but he nudges them, kind of shoves them out of the way, and he grabs one of the biscuits, and the others kind of scamper around to grab that. And yeah, he eats a biscuit and then stares at you guys. What do you do?
As long as he's not actively causing trouble, Binks will just watch him.
Okay. Tarvo, you do not see Private Thule coming down. None of the stormtroopers notice you as you see three of them come down those stairs trying to hup it out of here under fire. What do you do?
I'm letting them. They are fine to rush into the fire. I mean, if they don't want to surrender, that's not my problem. I will, however, once they are out, is there somebody with a repeating blaster?
No, none of the guys who came down have repeating blasters.
Damn it.
I know.
Damn it. No, I'm wounded. I'm not doing this. I'm not a hero. That damn fool, he got himself there. I'm not his savior. I will move around to somewhere wherever the staircase or something is, and see if I can get up there. Why am I doing that?
I don't know. This seems dangerous.
Seems dangerous, right? So I'll stop there.
Okay. You don't see Thule. That heavy repeating blaster, you can hear
So
a couple of stormtroopers talking back and forth. It sounds like they're moving equipment. Maybe they're trying to move to a different section, get some cover. You're not sure what's going on there.
Well,
Tarvo,
Look.
is it clear?
No, it's not. There are still some guys with a heavy repeating blaster on the second floor.
I gotta take them out.
Yeah, take him out.
All right.
And I get myself away from collateral.
Buckle down,
potential.
Tarvo. It's
Yeah.
gonna get messy.
Yeah.
And then
I mean, if Fool is still there, he would have had the opportunity to get out. So
the tank kind of swivels around, and then they pop up from a different window and start firing their repeating blaster on it, but it's ting, 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 just like tracer bullets bouncing off of the armor, and then boom, boom. The explosion is enough to knock you down if you were standing up, and you hear the Duracrete, and it is nasty as the tank takes out that, and then there's a moment of everything just settles. There's dust everywhere.
Think they're done. Tarva, you need anything else?
guess not.
That's
Thanks
good
for
day.
the assist. Yeah, you too. And then I'll probably get out back to the Lego to have him check on my wounds because, I mean,
Yeah, you've
I
got
don't
a
like
medic
being
with
wounded.
you. He will
Exactly.
He will heal you of one wound.
Good. And then I can go and look for Fool if he's still alive in that building, but not before.
Stairs are done for. The second level is pretty much toast. But if you head up there and you have to pick your way around to make the stairs happen, you end up having to climb up a piece of wall. But you eventually find a corpse that has dog tags on it that look like they were Private Thule. So.
Yeah, I don't check if he was alive when the tank hit. I don't want to know. Personally, I think he was dead. That's my headcanon. He was dead already. I'm taking his dog tags, and that's it.
Okay, cool. So I think at this point, do you make your way back to Binks, and feels like maybe a good space for us to move towards some epilogues? That sounds okay. It's cool. Sergeant Randar will be hospitalized for some time. Back to tank time. He'll be able to heal up. Probably head right back out there. But I am curious what we see as the epilogues for formerly Private Grask Tarvo, probably not private anymore, and non-enlisted, non-commissioned officer Binks, specialist Binks. I don't know. I'm really curious. You guys, at this point, you've retaken Cyward, which effectively frees Lavasar. Any of the Imperials that are left are scattered down. A number of them will, some make it off planet. Most of them either surrender, a few go into hiding, but you have won the day. So who wants to go first with our epilogues as we bring this to a close? Oh, that was another XP in case you want to know. So
Always take the XP.
try it. Never know.
The army,
Like-
whatever they give you, you take. Unless it's orders or stuff like that. But if it's good stuff, yeah.
Yeah, you want to go first? I don't. I need to think a little bit. So if you want to
Okay.
go first,
I mean, I can go first. I think epilogue is this is probably in some sort of camp where we see Grasp arguing again with some official who is, and you can see that this is a human official. She's not listening really. She's just blinking that out, the whole, yeah, whoever that is, I don't care. He's just some grunt and should go back in the trench or whatever. And even when Grask shows her his medal from the whole Celeste thing, she's like, yeah, fine, we'll reassign you. Yeah, sure, of course. Private sergeant, whatever you are, stomp off, and he's to the pilots and the ships, and then he starts getting into a discussion with a pilot that we were friends with, codenamed callsign Duck, and you can see that they talk about ships and flying, and then there's maybe some lieutenant who sounds pretty interested, and you don't know how this is going to end, but maybe, maybe.
Nice. Grask back in a cockpit. Maybe. We don't know. Awesome. What about Binks?
I think with all these weird field repairs and the replaced leg from before and everything, they're sending Binks for like a full rebuild. They've done a good job and is apparently useful, but so they see it as some kind of reward. But Binks is worried that they'll figure out his mesh that is meshed with the other brains. So I think on the way there, he's they're going to escape. Like break out, jump from the transport or whatever. I don't have a clear image of how they're being transported, but
Sure.
essentially break out, jump from a bridge, and disappear into the wild.
He's done doing their killing, huh? They want to-
Maybe at least for now, needs to explore their new identity.
That's fascinating. Like, I want to have the 3-brain Binks game. Like, yeah, I think everyone is John. I think is a game that has some kind of like multiple players, one being kind of thing. Except it's supposed to be for comedy. Oh, that's cool. So that will bring our story to a close. As the planet Lavasar is freed by the Republic Expeditionary Force. Grask Tarvo gets at least some kind of promotion. Binks did not, because they take off. And that's it. That'll be our thing. So I think the last scene that we see is Binks's escape and the chat between Grask and some of the others. There we go. Awesome. Let's quickly do some stars. Don't need to do any wishes unless you have a wish of like next time you run this, because I have a feeling I may run this again. I may tweak it a little bit to have a couple of like convincing or ordering people to do things kind of deal, but I'm not sure. I may leave it as it is and just let those gaps be interesting things to work through. So there we go. Who's got some stars to hand out?
Yeah, I've got stars to hand out. I've got 3 stars to hand out for all 3 of the droids' consciousnesses. I really love that whole, we integrate a new droid into this one, and then because I've just been, and this is a tangent, but we've still got time, right? I've just been reading the second anthology from a certain kind of view, and one of them is from the view of the Millennium Collective, which is the 3 conscious droid consciousnesses inside of the Millennium Falcon. And this reminded me totally of that. So
there are 3 droid conscious. I know there's L7.
There's L3 in there, and then there's the
L3.
original droid thingy in there, and then they have another one that was the slicer consciousness that is in there. So yeah, that reminded me of this. So that was kind of fun because I've just been reading it. And yeah, and Rich, thank you for running this. Huge star for making it work for Star Wars, which wasn't meant for. And yeah, and for throwing all these interesting challenges at us, it never felt really repetitive or anything. So that was really great. Thank you for that.
Good. Absolutely. Cool. Anders.
Yeah, I'll just agree with what Sabine said about the game. You did a really great job. I think it works well. We kind of butted up against some of the limitations of the borders of the original game, since it's so very focused. But I think this session it worked really, really well. I don't know if it's because we're more used to it or because I don't know, but I felt this was the best session from a game mechanical point of view.
Nice.
So I really like that. And Sabine, I really like Grask, his outward grumpiness, but still trying to do the right thing usually, that was really nice. I think you threaded the needle of being a bit selfish but not unsympathetic, and that's not always easy to do. So yeah, good job.
Yeah, you hit the nail on the head there describing Grask. That is a tough needle to thread, and you did it masterfully, Sabine. And I love how gamey we're in. Yeah, let's mess Binks up in very like non-physical ways. That was, oh man, watching that thing, and I didn't like. I was like, oh yeah, you're carving up 17, and oh yeah, another new personality, and it wasn't like all those things. Just kind of, it wasn't. Sorry, I'm stumbling all over the place. Each of the decisions all made sense, right? Sabine as Graska, hey, I'm going to fix you. I've got these parts. Then I'm like, oh, well, I'm going to make this offer to complicate Binks even more with an extra personality. Only after that did I realize, oh, this is exactly what 17 would have wanted, right? Like the closest thing to having a swarm again is this. And I was like, oh, that's so unexpectedly cool. And it just really it tickled me that we got to have a moment of someone getting what they want, even if it was an NPC. Sorry, but that was good. It was really neat and interesting to watch that unfold. Thanks so much for being up for giving this a shot, even with a smaller cast of characters. It was well worth it. I really feel happy that we got to bring this to a close. I had a wonderful time. Thank you both so much.
Can I offer some comment on the game system?
Please.
Because I think this maybe wasn't the setting was that you chose was lovely, and I really liked it. But for trench warfare, I think I've said this before, I would have gone back to the Clone Wars. Because they actually had trench warfare. They had an implacable enemy you couldn't actually talk to, because those were battle droids would surrender. Battle droids don't surrender.
Absolutely. I think it would have slid in perfectly if I had gone Clone Wars. And I'm now at the point where I'm starting to feel the impingement, like a little trapped in some of the more experimental games that I want to do, but I've been trying to always move forward in the timeline. And I really do think in 2021, I want to do some Clone Wars oriented stuff. So I got to figure out how I'm going to do that.
I think you could use this to play. I mean, I think you could do the original trilogy with like troopers. You could do aboard the Tantive when Darth Vader comes in. You have some troopers there, and you could do Hoth, and probably you could do something on Endor, that sort of thing. I mean, you could do like a campaign with the separate battles instead of continuous fighting in the same place.
That's true.
Yeah. With just a spotlight. Today we're doing Battle of Hoth, and that's it. If it's over, because Battle of Hoth didn't last all that long.
God, that would be cool. Yeah. That's a really cool idea. Of just like, we're going to like, it's almost like connected one shots in a way, but it could be really fun. That's super neat. Dang. That's I'm wowed. That's awesome.
Yeah. Cool. Also, in this anthology I've been reading, there was actually one short story in a trench on Hoth. So.
Wow. Oh my goodness. I really, certain point of view, I need to pick that up. It sounds really, really cool. All right. Well, I'm going to bring the recording to a close then. Unless anybody has any final comments. That feels like a good one to end it on. Thank you all so much.